Good morning, and a very good Saturday morning to you. And I hope you're enjoying Rooted and Wild so far. Some fantastic people on board, so stick with it and go watch as much as you can because there's some really good stuff coming. I'm certainly going to after I've finished here. But now you've got me, and I'm Ellen Sentier, and I write and teach and mess about and garden and play with cats and do all sorts of exciting things like that. But right now, we're actually going on a trip, a journey. We're going on a walk into the Enchanted Forest. And as a help for that, I'm using one of my favourite tarot packs, which is the Wildwood Tarot, back a bit, and that's the wisdom there comes from Mark Ryan and John Matthews. Lovely guys, know both of them. And the gorgeous paintings are all by Bill Worthington. Met him too. He's another lovely person. You can get this, if you fancy it, on Amazon, and it's really good, so recommend it. Anyway, commercials over. As I said, we're going on a journey. We're going on a walk into the wild woods. One of the things that I do, well, the thing that I do, I call, as my parents did before me and then theirs before them, following the deer trods. That's following the deer trods of Ellen of the Ways, who is our deer goddess, and the earliest cave drawing we've got of her so far is about 14,000 years old, and it's in a cave in West Wales. So that's pretty exciting. We know she's been around that long with us. We know we've been following her that long, let's put it that way. She's been around forever. But it's our old ways. It's the way we work. So we're walking the Enchanted Forest, and we're following the deer trods. This is a path I grew up with, as a kid. Dad would literally take me in the woods, and so would my Uncle Jack, and we would walk this path, and we would find some of these things. But I find this tarot pack and its drawings really, really helpful, paintings. Now, it starts with you as the wanderer, my finger's over it. You as the wanderer. You stepping off, literally stepping off into the stream or onto that rainbow bridge. And ahead of you, in front of you, is the wildwood. And that's where we're going. Now, I asked if anyone wanted to come with us on this journey. And what I got was this one as companion, Raven. I adore ravens. I have a real serious passion for ravens. We've actually got at least one pair and several others, I don't know whether they're paired or not, who live and fly above us here where I live. So, ravens are a big thing for me. So I was really pleased when Raven turned up as our companion on this journey. Now, the walk is going to be stepping off, as the wanderer does, be stepping into the wildwood. But this comes from our old stories, probably the Arthurian ones, are maybe the ones you know best, but they're there right through all of our old stories in all of Britain. They come in the Irish stories too. Scotland and Wales are part of Britain. They are part of the island, therefore the spirit of place works with them. The stories are there. And we're also so connected to Brittany. We used to speak the same language. Cornish and Breton is almost interchangeable still. And the stories are there. One you may know, and it's a journey into the wood, is the Forest of Broceliande. I've been there, it's fantastic. Well, the remains of it. There's only a little bit left, but it's still gorgeous. So we walked in the woods. when all these stories started, the whole of Britain was covered in woods. We were woods. We walked through the woods. Hills stuck up out of them, yes, but woods were everywhere. Now, nobody in any of the stories in the journey, nobody can actually walk the path another has walked before them. You'll walk a similar one, and you can learn from people who've walked the path before you. It's part of what I teach. But your path will be your path. You will find your own way into the Enchanted Forest. And the path that you follow will be yours, not someone else's. That's really wonderful, I find. So, we're going to step off and go into the forest. And in the forest, we will find guides. Now, the guides that came for me for this, sorry, I've got to take these off. These are my reading glasses. I'm going to be dunking them on and off for a minute. So, the guides that came when I asked about this journey and how I was going to do it and what other world wanted me to do, the guides that came are the 4 elements. Now in the tarot pack, that's the 4 suits, and we will be journeying with them. They each provide guardians, or guides anyway. They are guardians, but they will test you as well. And the guardians and guides have gifts for you. There are allies, and they will also have advice. But some of this advice, when you're on the journey, you may find it comes out trickstery. We're just as bad as Zen. I mean, the sound of one hand clapping for our old ways is just like, yeah, of course. We always talk in riddles. And you'll find it very much still in the Irish way, but it's still in the Welsh ways too. So, glasses back on. So, we're going to journey. And we're going to journey with allies, and we have a companion, a very knowing, wise companion, the raven. And we're going to be really brave and happy. I mean, that card, really, that person is not fearful, that person is happy. And they really are stepping off. And we're going to enjoy it too. Really are. Okay. So are you ready to begin this journey? Here you are. Just visualize yourself standing there on one side of the stream on a stone, and in front of you there is a bridge. It probably is a rainbow. It might be something different. It might be stepping stones. Don't get stuck in it. But there is a way across, and you really want to go. Visualize yourself there and feel Raven beside you, calling you, saying, come, come. We can learn much, we can enjoy, we can have fun in the forest. So there we are. So walk your way through or across the stream. Find yourself on the other side. Bushes, maybe tangles, tree branches coming down over you. They may be in flower. There may be the wonderful scents. And just ahead, there's just possibly the faintest track. Perhaps a fox went this way, perhaps a deer. So you start off and you walk the little track that is in front of you. So walk that little track now. Walk that little track now. Scent the branches around you. Feel them touch you. Maybe there's been rain, the water just touches your cheek. Feel your feet in the grass. in the path where this animal, this deer maybe, has walked before you. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And soon, you find yourself coming, you can see light ahead. And you find yourself coming out of the track and into a space, a strange space. Not much grass, lots of light and lots of shadow. And the trees just around the edge. And there, at the centre of this tiny glade that you find yourself in, is the standing stone. Go to the standing stone. Stand in front of it. Feel its energy coming to you, and know that it feels your energy going to it. Now, ask standing stone, may I touch you? May I touch you? And when you feel standing stone, say yes. Just put your hand, maybe both hands, on the stone and feel that energy. Feel that energy coursing into you out of the earth herself, for the stone draws the energy up from the earth. Feel the energy coursing through you, all through your body, and then back out of your feet. And your feet have grown roots. And the energy is going back into the earth, coming up from the earth through the standing stone, and then going back down through you into the earth again. You're part of an exchange. So when you're ready, say to standing stone, I'm here on a journey in the Enchanted Forest, an adventure. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know that I'm looking for something. Would you ask if the first guide and guardian would come to me? And you hear a sound, and you feel that someone is coming, and the land has changed. All around you, it's much darker. The snow. And this dark, hooded figure carrying a staff and a lantern comes out from the trees and stands in front of you on the other side of the standing stone. Greet the figure. Say your name, and say you're on this journey through the Enchanted Forest, and what advice can they give you? Now, spend a moment or two with the hooded figure and see what they have to tell you. And the guardian, the hooded man, says to you, now it's time for you to step out with the advice that I have given you, being watchful and aware and looking out for who is coming. For these people will be coming. You will meet lynx, the beautiful cat of our old forest, who will be there to guide you. Lynx is a hunter and stalker and well able to take care of himself in the wild. He will give you his advice. And you will meet Horse. Horse is wise, wild and wise. She is one of our old ones. And she will carry you, perhaps, if you ask her nicely. And maybe she will take you further where you need to be. And you will meet Wolf. Wolf is so wonderful and holds so much wisdom. Wolf is another predator and a family man. He looks after his family, and so does his lady before he bows to her. But the alpha female is one of the leaders of the pack, and he will show you how to be family, how to be together with the wildwood. And you will meet Mother Bear. Mother Bear holds the cave, and she holds the family too. And she is big and strong and wise in the old ways. And she will care for you and help you and offer you gifts. They will all offer you gifts, says the hooded man. They will all offer you gifts. And they will all test you too. So spend the next 5 minutes journeying through our forest and learning from lynx and from horse and from wolf and from bear. And they will lead you to the next place where you will meet another guardian who will help you on your ways. Journey now. Walk now. Meet your guardians, says the hooded man. find yourself in a very different place. The trees have held back, opened up, and you find yourself here, on the top of a hill. And in the hill is carved this wonderful creature. Is it a horse? Is it a dragon? And your feet pull you. The energy in the ground pulls you to stand in the eye of the dragon. And so you go and stand there. You reach out to the dragon horse and you say, I am here. I am here on a journey. This is the next stage of my journey. The hooded man and lynx and horse and wolf and bear brought me here. What have you got for me? Can you tell me? Can you show me? Can you bring me into the next stage of my journey? So spend a moment now just with the dragon horse, standing in its eye that sees so clearly, that sees you so clearly, and ask to see through that eye just a little bit of the next stage of your journey. And you hear there's a copse over there, there's a couple of trees and some large stones, and you hear something from there calling you. So you thank the dragon horse and step out of their eye and go, following the sound. And as you get closer, you see this man, a strange man, beautiful, wild. And he sat there beside his fire, and smoke curls and coils up it like a dragon itself. And he sits there with his staff, and his hand reaches out and he's calling you. He wants you close. You may be a bit fearful, but he feels all right. And so you go. And you go close to him. Maybe sit beside the fire. And the fire is scented with all the lovely woods of the forest. You can smell apple in there as well. Beautiful scent. And the smoke just goes up, curling, curling, curling upwards into the sky. And you ask the person, the shaman, please can you show me the next things on my journey? Can you help me and give me advice? So sit with the shaman just for a moment and listen to what he has to say for you and what he has to show you. Shaman gives you advice. Listen well. He knows the roads. He knows the forest. He will give you good advice. Let it seep in through your ears. so you remember it as you walk the next stage of the path. And the shaman tells you there are guides for you, people you'll meet on your journey through the next part of the forest. And you will meet Wren. Wren is such a wise bird, such a clever bird, has so much to offer you. And she will teach you how to hide and how to come out and how to be fierce. Wrens are very fierce when they protect. But they're also gentle and kind and build beautiful little round nests. Let Wren show you her ways in the forest. And you will meet Hawk. Hawk is wonderful. Hawk flies high. Hawk can see for miles and miles and miles. He can see so far when he's flying. Let him show you. Ask him if he will take you on a quick flight, maybe, when you meet him. Ask him to show you the ways of the air and the forest and the trees. Go and play with Hawk as well as Wren. And you will meet Kingfisher. Kingfisher is another magical bird, beautiful, flashing colours. Kingfisher lives in the earth. He makes his nest, and she makes her nest, deep, deep in the earth, in the banks. So Kingfisher dives into the earth. But to fish, Kingfisher dives down into the water. And he has to fish to keep his young and to keep his lady. So Kingfisher can lead you between earth and water and show you how to be in both. So go and play with Kingfisher as well. And you will meet Swan. She is a gracious queen. She is so beautiful. She's strong and fiercely protective of her family, and she cares for those who love her and for whom she loves. She sails upon the water, but she also lives on land. And she flies in the air. Go and speak with Swan. Go and listen to her as well. So, spend the next 5 minutes journeying with your guardians that the shaman has sent you to. Journeying with Wren, journeying with Hawk, journeying with Kingfisher, and sitting with Swan. Go now into the next stage, deeper into the Enchanted Forest. to now. Again you see light, and you find yourself stepping out from the path that you were on into an open place, and there, almost seeming to hang from nothing, is a bow. A very beautiful bow with its arrow, and it hangs there like in a window in the forest. Beautiful, shimmering, and the arrow seems to be on fire at its point. And it makes you think of the spark of life. This is different. This is new. So spend a moment just beside the bow, beside the arrow, and reach out with your mind, with a thread from your heart, and ask bow and arrow to bring you to your next guide, who is going to show you the ways even deeper into the Enchanted Forest. So stand a moment with bow and arrow hanging there in this window of light in the forest. Let their energy seep into you. Feel that spark of life seeping into you, along with the energy of the deep forest from which it comes. Just let it flow. Let it flow within you. Feel it. Sense it. Feel the fire of life coursing through you like an arrow from the bow. As you feel yourself full, filling and full of this light, so the light shimmers and seems to slowly, gently collapse within itself and fold itself away. And in its place, you see this figure. And she stands, hooded, cloaked in the fur, with a lovely, beautiful red dress. And she stands there beside a rock pool with her staff. You can feel her energy calling you, come. Come, come look in my pool, for I am the seer, I can see, and you will see too in my pool. Come, come look in my pool. And so, for the next 5 minutes, the next moment, spend time with her. Just a moment, feeling her energy, feeling the energy of the pool, and feeling it coursing into you too. And look down into the pool. At first the silvering shimmer of the surface, and then you begin to see. Spend a moment just watching the visions and pictures that come to you through the seer's pool. Just spend a moment watching, watching, watching. And then the seer just passes her hand across the water surface and the visions are gone and you are back in the forest with the seer, in your own self. There are more people for you to meet, she says. There is Stoat, beautiful Stoat, beautiful, lithe, gorgeous, dancing Stoat. And Stoat is another predator, but also such a family person. She knows, she keeps herself, she keeps her family. She's full of love. Ask her to guide you and give you all the things that you need for your life and journey. And then there is Fox. Oh, Fox, Red Fox. He is a trickster. And he is a beautiful, beautiful person to meet. All the very best teachers in life are tricksters. They help you by teasing you, tricking you, laughing with you, luring you on, and showing you how to be fully awake and fully aware. Ask Fox to do this, and beware, make sure you are awake, for he will test you. And there is Snake, the adder, our snake of this land. Snakes are full of wisdom. They slither and dive and twine, and when they mate they twine together, as in this picture. And they are family creatures too. They care for their little ones. And they are loners. They're well able to go out into the forest. Learn from Snake. Learn snake wisdom. And there is Hare. Hare is beautiful. She is queen of the moon. She is so wise, holds so much wisdom too. Ask Hare to show you how to live, how to be with the rest of the world, with the rest of the earth, with the rest of creation. Spend time with Hare, learning. So, spend the next 5 minutes with your guardians, with your guides, with your allies, learning from them and walking deeper, deeper into the Enchanted Forest. again. Now you find yourself coming out of the part of the forest you were in, and before you is a pool with a waterfall. And you go to the pool and you see how beautiful it is. A waterfall pouring water down, and a deer, a stag, has come and is drinking from the water. Bend down now, stretch out your hand and ask, may I have some water? And when you get yes, scoop up water and drink. Have a drink of this wonderful pool. And as you drink, you hear something behind you. Something has come. And there she is. There is the lady, the ancestor, Ellen of the Ways, standing beside you. Antlered, dear woman, dear goddess. Turn, feel her joy, her love spreading into you. Now ask her, help me to go the final part of my journey into the forest. Help me to go there. Spend a moment watching her, listening to her, hearing her wise words, and feeling her wise, ancient energy flowing into you. Spend a moment listening to Ellen of the Ways. And Ellen tells you yes. There are allies for you here, and one is Otter. Otter lives on land and water. Otter is a predator, a hunter, and Otter is a family person too. She looks after her young, she fishes, and she lives in her holt on the land. Otter will help you with much wisdom of land and water and how to live. And there is the eel. Eels are wise. They're like snakes, but they're water snakes. They hold the wisdom of the water, the wisdom of the flow, the wisdom of how to be there, how to flow with everything, how to work, how to rise to the surface and how to sink to the bottom, how to be. So learn from eel. And there is wonderful heron. Heron who stands and fishes, who stands in the water and holds it still and still as a rock, until flash and the beak catches the fish for herself and for her children. So learn from heron how to fish and how to feed, how to work the flow of the water. And then there is salmon. Wise salmon who travels the world as he swims, and then comes home to the pool where he was born, to spawn, and to give his final last breath and his body to feeding the earth. Salmon holds so much wisdom, so go and feel it and learn from them. Spend the next few minutes with your allies that Ellen of the Ways has given you, learning and going deeper, deeper, deeper into the forest. so. So the ways have led you deeper and deeper into the enchanted forest, and now you find yourself at its centre. And at the centre of the enchanted forest is a tree of wisdom and of tradition, of our old ways. Step into the glade, step up to the tree, and see. For the tree at the centre of the forest holds all the seasons in one. It holds spring, summer, autumn and winter all in its own branches. It holds everything. It is the tree of wisdom and tradition. And before it is the Troy town, the Keri Troyu, the city of turns, the labyrinth that we all walk throughout our lives, both in and out. For that labyrinth takes you into the centre and out again into the world. So you dive deep into the centre of yourself in that labyrinth and into the centre and heart of the earth. And you come out and you are wiser and you have wisdom to give. So you can exchange. You can take and you can give. And you need to do both. And your journey through the enchanted forest has taught you that, has brought you here. So, I'll leave you now at the centre of the enchanted forest. Spend your own time there. And then come back. Breathe deeply. Shut your eyes for a moment and open them and find yourself again in your everyday world. But you have been there. You have been to the tree. You have walked through all your adventures of the enchanted forest with your guides, with your guardians, and with your allies. And you know that you can do that again. You can visit the enchanted forest as often as you wish, learning, 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 all the time. Now I have to leave you now, but I will be back again tomorrow at 8 o'clock, where we're talking about walking with dragons. In fact, we're doing a little bit of walking with dragons, and I will see you then. But I have to go now, unfortunately, because the next person is coming, and you'll want to hear them as well. So, wonderful to be with you, and I enjoyed my journey through the enchanted forest that I took with you too. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bye for now.